Hey guys, Chris Beast here. In today's video, we're going to be trying to play some more Retract. Retract is an amazing, fun mobile game, and I thought I'd try some, rounds on it to give myself a reason to play. I came up with a challenge, do not loot any buildings, and we can only loot players. So, if we're going to get any loot, we'd have to be doing some killing. I had some fun with it, and I hope you guys enjoy the video as well. Remember, if you liked the video, to hit a like. And if you want to try out the game for yourself, just look up Retract on the App Store or Google Play Store. It's a fun game. I enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thus, we loaded into our first match. Eager and high-strung, I immediately tried to take out tangos from ranges that I thought was personally impossible to hit. However, to much of my confusion, and I guess partially my surprise, as I slowly inched forward, I would continue trying to hit an impossible shot. And despite all odds, I actually made contact, and then proceed to murder the enemy that bothered me so. With one enemy out of the way, we could actually go loot their body, and being able to loot their body is, kind of important in a challenge where you can't loot anything but bodies. So I was low-key hoping that he would have, a lot of gear, but realistically, since the round had just begun, there's not really much he could have had, which is fine, because I was going to kill more. However, with nothing on his body, it kind of felt a little dirty since we had just shot a man who had just spawned from like 30 to 40 meters. It's kind of a big oof for him. A couple seconds later, I randomly started taking damage in the beach. I didn't know you could take damage there, but I guess the more you know. This temporary damage did distract me long enough to set up for what's about to happen. My lower health and really just being bamboozled about why I was taking damage, I tried to kill someone in the distance, hoping for some heals. However, he just turned around and, just proceeded to kill me. Big oofs in the chat. The first round completed, I tried again. You know what they say, try again. Easily spotting an enemy very early into the round. I once again try to eliminate him from an impossible range. I know I'm decent at this game, but the M9 is not built for being a sniper rifle. Really, in both of those fights, if this guy had any skill, he really could have just turned around, shot me with a foul, or maybe his own M9, and I would be dead. The fact this doesn't happen to me is slightly surprising, but at the same time, we are talking about Retract. A lot of players that play this game are pretty awful. So, I don't know, maybe I should change my strategy up. But moving on, we sprint around for a while without really seeing anyone. We do have an M4A1, which we not M4A1, M4 carbine, which we got off of the previous enemy. So when we find the next enemy, we are pretty well gunned up to just massacre him. I will admit my aim, accuracy, and ability to handle this game have gone down since the last video, but that's fine. Now armed with a foul, it seems like victory is pretty much certain. The foul is my favorite gun in this game. Basically 2 taps everything it touches. And since it acts much more like a assault rifle than a DMR, I honestly think it might be one of the best guns in the game. I mean, the M4A1 is pretty good, and so is the AK, but neither really can compare. Getting to the edge of the map, I noticed this cool little beach wall. I tried to jump it. It didn't work. I just thought it was kind of cool. And, running around, I once again look for my next target. Finding it, I proceed to try to eliminate it. And the foul once again shows its ultimate power, being able to just destroy any solid object that dare go across its path. But again, we return to the state of sprinting around trying to find someone. After minutes of sprinting around trying to find someone, we do. A tango is located over a bridge, and we take some shots. This enemy may be a little bit out of my range, but add that to the fact that I was tired and wasn't really thinking properly when I shot at him. I'm kind of surprised that I, killed him without a scope or anything. But I'm pretty, happy with my accomplishment. Pulling off a decent snipe with iron sights. He was very much looted up, though, and now with medical supplies and a scope, it seemed very obvious that we were going to win this match. Alarmed from our previous firefight, we move into the final firefight. This guy really didn't know what hit him, and it was kind of a big oof. But we still have a match to win. Scurrying around, I try to find the last enemy, but to my surprise, this enemy's actually just waiting out in the storm. However, this ends up being his downfall. I mean, let's be real here. He probably was scared of the fact that I just completely destroyed the other man in the center, but that doesn't mean he should have waited into the storm until he died. Getting a win this way kind of is boring and sucks, so I decided I would have to get a legitimate win. So once again, I braved the Outlands. Running out, we had not too much luck finding someone early on. Had to do a lot of sprinting and looking and searching for people, and I do believe that this large amount of time sprinting is partially responsible for the reason why I didn't really perform too well this match. You'll see what I mean in a couple of seconds. But finding a small prey early on, running in the fields like a cattle, murdered the enemy. We run over and grab some early game loot. While I like this challenge a lot, I feel like the weakness of some players just not being too good partially makes up for the fact that I can't loot houses. They're basically like free loot boxes. Also, I have to note, that guy had an M4A1 that just despawned when I opened his chest up. I'm perfectly okay with that, because it's not like I really would have used that M4A1 since I had a foul, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Sprinting around, I start getting shot at. At first, I don't even see where I'm getting shot at, but then I notice him. Trying to take some return shots, I notice this player actually knows how to play the game. This is kind of an issue, because, well, he died, but it's kind of an issue because I take a lot of damage, and taking a lot of damage normally doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does matter when you can't loot houses and don't have any heals, and it also matters when you get attacked again, and getting attacked again just so happens to be what happens here. Let's restart again. Restarting the footage, the speed making it much faster. We once again have a round with a lot of inactivity in the early parts. Well, last time I said that was negative. This time it seemed to actually play out correctly for me, because this let me basically have some time to, recover from the personal pain of being so brutally murdered last time. With an enemy dead so early on, from, my ability to fire that took so many rounds, so many more than it should have, we would actually have some loot starting this round off. Quickly opening his decayed body up, we got an M4A1. I like M4A1s. And after sprinting around, we would find yet another opponent. This opponent would quickly be gunned down by my M4A1. Perhaps I should probably start using this gun more often rather than a foul, but you know what they say, old dogs can't learn new tricks, and I really only know how to use a foul, and I would definitely categorize myself as an old dog. Also, while I was playing around with the M4A1s, I was trying to figure out what exactly the difference between the two in the firing range are, but I don't know why I was trying to do this in a live match. My stupidity baffles even me sometimes. Crossing the bridge, we begin searching yet again for our next target. We sprint jumping all around, and we find something that we shoot at. And we continue shooting at it. While not a lot of our shots seem to be hitting because I'm bad at the game, we eventually slow down and actually, take our time and finish the opponent. Sprinting over to see what potential goodies could win us this round, we must consider that all loot is good, except the third M4A1. The third M4A1 is exactly what I didn't need in this situation. Thank you, RNG. I did not need that. Next, we came upon another issue, this river. I kind of realized that I would once again have to cross the bridge, which meant my little escapade across the bridge was completely not worth my time. Maybe I could have gotten like 2 more kills if I just stayed on this side of the bridge, since there's only one enemy on the other side, and with no good available loot, that just made me a lot weaker for the end. Not like it really matters, but whatever. Sprinting, jumping around, we find another enemy back at our favorite gas station. Quickly gunning him down, well, not quickly, because I suck. We sprint over to once again grab some loot. Loot is important. Loot is valuable. A good gun is what we need right now. Finding an FN foul, my baby has returned to my hands. However, I'm not really going to be one to use the FN foul this round. And with the heals I got from the other body, we are now perfectly geared up for the end. With the circle approaching, we begin to destroy the little children who dare run away from it. After all, if you dare run away from the circle in the storm, that means you get closer to me, and the closer you are to me, the higher your chance of death is. And the higher your chance of death is, the higher the chance that I collect your bountiful loot, unless you just are carrying a foul, which I already have one of those, thank you, but no thank you. I don't really need another one. I'm not the type of person to run two of the same gun. Stopping for a second to completely destroy some of the local enemies, we once again hold the thought in our mind that maybe perhaps this guy will have some valuable loot. However, we must all remember, it's very unlikely that he actually does. And looking in his inventory, he has absolutely nothing. Who is surprised? I would say I'm not. At the rate things are going, I'm probably not gonna... Well, let's just let it play out, Running around like a chicken without its head, I try to find my final enemy. Honestly, this clip has shown just how aggressive I'm starting to get in this game. But maybe that's not too bad of a thing, since, it's actually kind of working. Once again, looking for our final opponent. We see him, gunning him down rapidly. We win the round. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was kind of a different type of retract video than what I normally make, but I enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Drop some comments if there's anything else you want to see me do in this game. I personally love playing it. I don't play a lot of mobile games, so, it's nice to broaden my horizons. And I hope to see you all next time.